Hey, just got back with the first flight with the new gearbox. Everything went great. Temperatures, they stayed about the same as the old gearbox. Low 180s to 200s. Right. So we're going to keep close tabs on the gearbox oil. I'm going to keep the first 10 in little plastic cups, and we'll see the clarity, see if each oil change gets clearer and clearer. Flying, the headset, the loud sound in the headset is now gone. I had to just mess with the gain on my headset, so that's perfect now. Still has a slight left wing turning tendency, so I think I'm just going to do what Zenith says and crimp the opposite flaperon, the outboard flaperon, just crimp the trailing edge a little bit, and we'll try to tweak it so I don't have that left turning tendency. Again, it's not real bad, but it's just enough that bugs me, so we're going to do that, and stay tuned. We're going to keep flying, and we're going to knock out quite a few flights, hopefully. Got another week left of vacation, and the weather stays nice. I'll keep flying, but I'm probably not going to record all these flights, but we'll play with my GRT. I got to do some things with that as well to get that kind of tweaked so I can get some accurate data. So anyway, stay tuned. We'll see you really soon.
Zenith had said to do. I didn't ask them directly, but they made a video about this where you just squeeze down the trailing edge of the opposite side of the flaperon. So if I bank left, you come over to the right wing, squeeze the trailing edge of the flaperon just a little bit, and just start at the outboard end and work your way that way. I did a little test piece right here, make sure it works okay. All right, another day out here. Not sure I'm going to fly in this morning anyway. It's funny, you can see kind of a rainbow up there. But it's super early in the morning. Sun's just now coming around the horizon, and low-lying clouds here. Hopefully some of those will get burned up or lift up a little bit. I'll go flying. I got to check out a few settings on my EFIS screen. But after that, we will try to go flying. If not, tomorrow or later today. We'll see. Okay, stay tuned. Hey, everybody. Went ahead and went up again this morning. I'm not sure what even flight this is. I had squeezed the trailing edge of my right flaperon, and that seemed to help quite a bit, actually. I got a little bit, it still veers off a little bit, but you know, it really depends on the speed. It's really speed dependent. When I go pretty slow, it wants to veer off more than when I go faster. It flies right through it without too much left turning. There's still just a little bit though, so I went ahead and squeezed just part of the inboard edge of the trailing flaperon. So there's that. So this is the first flight. I actually went to outside the airport environment here. I went over to Marion County, which is, I don't know, about 10 miles southwest of here. So I flew over that about 4,500 feet or so and just did some maneuvers. And again, I'm still trying to test out, again, the heavy left wing. I'm still trying to test out my airspeed. I really don't think it's accurate. In fact, I'm thinking it's almost up to 10 miles per hour off, but I'm trying to find good ways to measure that. And also the EFIS screen, it is, I don't think that's calibrated right either. So a lot of things that are off, so I can't get good data right now. I'm just trying to find some straight and level, and I think it's doing weird different things. Also, something else that just happened to pop up was the GPS on the EFIS Sport. I have the FlySafe ADS-B compliant GPS that's hooked up to the Sport from GRT actually, and that's my primary GPS. And that thing just started reading all over. I mean, as soon as I got off the ground, it went blank, and the GPS part did. The ground speed, everything, like it's interrogating still. It wasn't picking up, and it was off for probably a good 3 or 4 minutes when I was leaving the pattern here. I tried to go into GPS number 2, which is not ADS-B compliant, but still supposed to be a WASP GPS as my secondary GPS, and that wasn't really doing anything for the first couple minutes. It blinked on for a brief moment, like it was picking up ground speed and everything, and all of a sudden it went down within about 10 seconds. Went back to GPS number 1. Eventually, after a couple more minutes, I was already out of Cal airspace. It started picking up again. Also, I had tried to do my first direct to with this Sport EFIS on their map display. Tried going directly to Marion County Airport, Denellen. And I never could really find a line that would give me. It's supposed to. I went direct to. It should be pretty simple, but maybe because the GPS was so spotty in and out, it eventually did stay on most of the time. when I was flying around Denell and it was on. I was coming back to Ocala. I think it went off again for maybe 30 seconds and came back on, and no problems after that. But that's a problem overall. I can't have this thing so intermittent. I don't know what the problem really is exactly. And I have it mounted just in my dash here. I'm not sure if you can see it. I just have both of them mounted right next to each other right there. I don't know if these bars are making a difference with that GPS signal. Maybe not reading. I wouldn't think so. But so there's that. And again, I squeezed a little bit of flaperon on the right wing again, just see if I can get rid of that left turning tendency. But the engine itself is running great. As far as gearbox temperatures, I think I went up to 180, 190 for just a brief moment, but not very long. And again, that goes up to 240, 250, so I'm well within range there. Coolant temps are fine. They're like 180, 190s. And everything else is going really well. I changed the gearbox oil again, out of the new gearbox. This is the second oil change. So put 12 ounces in it, and again, this whole week, every morning seems great, but it's scorching hot, even early in the morning. So I'm gonna try to fly again tomorrow. Today's July 5th. I'll try to fly again tomorrow, and we'll see if that squeezing that right wing didn't do anything else, and we'll see if that GPS duplicates that weird spottiness. I hope it don't, but I'll let you know. GRT today, and there's a few issues I just was trying to sort out. I tell you, I can never fly this plane. I guess that's a part of building your own plane and getting everything working right. Grand Rapids Technology, GRT. I talked to them about my GPS antennas. One of them's they're Safe Fly 2020 ADSB compliant. It will work for the ADSB out as long as it's connected to a transponder, and it is. The only thing is my transponder, two things actually. Transponder was not picking up a GPS latitude longitude signal from the Safe Fly, so that was one issue. Next issue is the Safe Fly GPS would have these intermittent losses of signal. And third thing actually is the GPS with the Safe Fly that's connected to my Sport EFIS, I could not do a direct to anywhere and use it for navigation. That wasn't working either. And that was a quick fix, just a settings thing that I overlooked. So that was a quick fix. To read the transponder, I just had to change I think it's a baud rate or something, baud rate, just so it receives the data in the same speed. I didn't have that set to a high enough speed. The problem is, but that fixed it. The problem is, by fixing that, I'm paralleled to that same connection, sort of. It's not together, but there's an in and out. On the other side, there's an in. I got my EIS, my engine information system, feeding my EFIS via that same connection that's on the in. And anyway, that runs at 9600 speed, so it's different speeds. Long story short, that EIS can no longer read on my EFIS screen. Take away the pins, or take off the connections from the Safe Fly, dig underneath the panel, do that, take out the pin, put it on a different pin, then put everything back together, and it should work just fine at a slower speed. But that's going to take a lot of work, and it's super hot out here. So I'm going to try to at least get started on that. Also, they said to spread apart my GPS antennas. They said that might help not losing a signal. They want them 12 inches apart, and they were just right here in the middle. I'm going to do something different than that. But in order to do that, I got to get, again, underneath the panel, adjust the wires, give myself a little bit more slack, and do that. So I got to dig into this panel here, take everything apart, and I'm not looking forward to it. Here we go. Well, another attempt. This is going to be the last one, I think, on my vacation. Unless I come out here this evening. It's early in the morning again. Doesn't look bad to the east, but I don't want to go over the city of Ocala and that type of thing, because we have convective activity. That don't look overly bad. Look like there's a gap in it back there, but this is actually on the radars all yellow red back in there, and it just extends behind it too. So that's the direction I was going to head, but I don't think I'll be flying this morning anyway. We'll see what this does. See if it dissipates. I got a few more things to do in the airplane over here. Isaac and I came out yesterday and we fixed all the stuff with the EFIS and the settings and everything else. The only thing, as we were driving off, I just remembered, I was like, we forgot to hook up the pitot static tube I disconnected it. So I got to hook that back up to the EFIS. So I got to unscrew the panel, hook that back up. That'll take 5 minutes. And yeah, we'll see if we can just do some more cosmetic work on the airplane this morning before it gets scorching hot out. It's not perfect right now, but it's better than it will be here in a couple hours. See ya.
Hey everyone, how y'all doing? I got to get a video out. I'm on flight, I don't know, 6 or 7 or 8, somewhere around there. My standard procedure is when I fly for an hour now, come back, change the gearbox oil. It's getting cleaner and cleaner. I'm putting them in like a little, I hate to say Dixie cup because it's not a Dixie cup, but anyway, a little clear plastic drinking cup. I'm labeling them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, corresponding to each change. I'm just looking for clarity. Is it getting clearer? Is it not getting clearer? Is it getting dirtier? So I'm going to do that through the 10 changes, the gearbox oil, and it's getting clearer already. I'm on 4 now. I think I'm on 4 now, and it's getting clearer now, and not completely clear by no means, but you can actually see through it a lot better than you could before. This 4th oil change, it looked great. Temperatures, they are actually reaching about the same as my old gearbox. As far as today, I actually ran it a little bit harder, and when I looked down, I saw like 208 one time. Again, it go 240, 250 without any problem, so I'm not even worried about it. So gearbox doing well, engine's running like a top. It's just doing incredible. So I come back, change the gearbox oil, look everything over very thoroughly. Check the oil every time. It looks still really clean. Retorque the prop bolts, and I just got through doing that. Make sure it's not turning on me or anything like that. So I put all the torque values on the hub here. I put the degrees pitch on each propeller over here, and to see if there's any changes. And so far everything is doing well with this. As far as the today I did some GPS, true airspeed ground runs, and just to kind of different directions, different altitudes. Actually, not different altitudes, different RPMs, just to kind of see where my speed is on this with different RPMs and the fuel burn. I'm starting to slowly calculate the fuel burns on this, and trying to get that process started. I'm not filling the tanks full of gas. In fact, today is the driest I've ever ran the tanks. My right tank, I couldn't read it with my dipstick, which means I'm less than probably 2-3 gallons. Left tank had 4 gallons in it, I believe. Again, I still have 2.5 in the header tank. So I ran this as dry as I ever have before. I think the most I've had in it is 20 gallons, and 30 is the max. So I'm gonna go out and get some fuel and fill it back up. I've been playing with the EFIS screen quite a bit, and I don't know if it's oversensitive or what. Or number one is the ball. It's just, I don't know if it's possessed by the devil or what. I think it's just all over the place. Like, God, am I flying that bad? And it got to the point where I'm just like, well, I don't know what to believe, what not to believe. And it didn't feel like I was yawing all over the place. Like, I don't know what to believe. So I ended up getting a ball from Aircraft Spruce, and I'll show a picture. I put that on the panel for now. I always hate when people have all these nice EFIS screens and they put this huge old ball on there, and I was like, to me it's an eyesore. But anyway, now I have one. It's not huge, but anyway, I have one now. Flew it for the first time today, and it's fine. I wasn't yawing all over the place like that little digital ball was showing I was. I was going left and right and left and right, just all over the place, and that wasn't the case. And did that, and there's a pitch ladder on the EFIS screen. I'm trying to find a happy place for that as well. I was like, I just have a hard time finding that happy place, and I'm starting to tweak it. I tried to tweak it at cruise RPM is where you're supposed to try to tweak it, and you can raise it up and down. You got so many indicators on that EFIS screen. It's just different than what I'm used to. I don't know if I love it yet. I'm hoping I'll learn to love it, but I'm still playing with that. And until I get that down, it's hard to get accurate data for everything else I want to do, as far as, the best climb, best, descent. And today, after the 6th or 7th flight, I think it's only like the 6th flight, I think, or maybe 5th. Anyway, I actually did some beginning stalls today for the first time. Went up to 5,000 feet above ground, and just to feel you know what it would feel like. I didn't, you know, I throttled back. I haven't even used my flaperons yet, so I'm just, you know, this is just without the flaperons, and just to see if it's buffeting. I hear sometimes you get loud noises like rattling in the back of this airplane, and I might have heard that once maybe, but I could feel the buffet. And then after that, I went ahead and corrected it. Did that a few times. I can't remember the speed. I wrote it down. Had a little had a knee board. I was writing all my data down. So that's on there. I'll go back home and digest that for a little bit. But everything else, I think, is going well. So I crimped as far as the left. I thought I had the left wing tendency, left wing turning tendency. I thought I had it fixed, and I had squeezed the outer flaperon on the right trailing edge, and then like half of the inboard one, and it felt like I had maybe overcorrected, possibly. So I took a little bit of that out. In fact, a lot of that out of the inboard flaperon. But now I'm back to it's wanting to turn at almost every RPM. Above, like, say around 5,000 RPM, and that's close to my cruise. 45 to 5,000 RPM, I think will be my cruise. It's barely wanting to turn left or right, and that's not barely. I mean, barely. Again, the stick forces are so light, it's not even work really. You can't even notice unless you just totally let go of everything. So, all right. Well, there's something else I want to mention. I kind of forgot about, and that's my GPS and talking to my transponder and everything else. That's pretty much fixed now. I haven't had any problems with GPS signals since I spread them apart greater than 12 inches. My GPS antennas, they're still on the glare shield here, and that hadn't been a problem with that ever since then. So that part is going great. I still haven't done my ADS-B runs with Approach yet, so I'm going to see if I can do that here in the next probably 2 or 3 flights. I'm going to go ahead and get that done. So with that being said, I think I'm going to get out of here and go get some lunch. See you guys next time.
All right. Well, I'm went over to Inverness 4500, just doing some speed runs again, and seeing how everything's working out. Everything seems to be doing great as of now. Still have a slight heavy left wing. You might be able to see that. I'm not sure. And that's at 4,500 RPM. I got a nice tailwind, so I'm not going to burn as much fuel. I don't need to. Heading back toward the Marion County Airport, and then I'm going to overcircle that, then head back over to Ocala, and we'll land there. GPS is working wonderful now, so yeah, we'll see what the speeds end up doing, and see if I can maybe fix that heavy left wing. And even at the higher RPMs, it's barely wanting to go left a little bit, so we'll see if we can fix that. Once I get closer to Marion County, I'm about 4,500 feet. We'll go ahead and introduce my flaperons here in just a little bit. Anyway, so we're about 90 indicated, true air speed's 99, and ground speed's 107. Again, got a decent tailwind, and burning 3.5 gallons an hour. Not bad, actually, not bad traveling. I can throttle back. We'll see where we want to go. At least into the flap zone anyway. And according to that, we're in flap zone there. I'm just going to go about 1 second and see what kind of control authority you have.
Marion County, 379 Whiskey Tango, overflying the airport. At 2,000, looking for active runway.
1,000. All right, just a definitely noticeable pitch down with 1 second of flaperons.
513 Charlie up.
Kind of see how she flies with that. Oh, I have to bring it back up, losing my airspeed here.
Cross city traffic 155 Alpha Papa is 10 miles to the east of the airfield. Will be inbound for a landing.
There we go, still in flap zone speed, and I see if I can get a stall out of this one. Just a very light stall with 1 notch of flaps here. Kind of see where
Aircraft inbound for Cross City. What runway are you planning to land on? Base, runway 5.
We're planning on using runway 22.
Roger that.
just
Blackened traffic, Skyhawk 6463 Golf is on Charlie. Taxi. Cross City traffic, aircam flight up to about 8 miles to the southeast. We'll plan to enter the left downwind for runway 22, probably behind that other traffic that's ahead of us for Cross City.
Loud transmission. 44 indicated right now, ground speed 70, true airspeed 48. And we're just getting a lot of buffeting right now, but that's about it. That's at 3180 RPM. So we'll give it a little throttle. I am sinking about 240 feet a minute, so we did lose some altitude with that. Give it back up to about 4,700 RPM. That thing just kind of mushes down with one notch of flaps. Doesn't do much else. How long have I been flying here? Let's see here. 49 minutes. All right, I fly for about 1 hour at a time. I might want to go back over to Ocala. I'm gonna go ahead see if I can give it another notch of flaps.
Marion County 379 Whiskey Tango circling around to downwind for 23.
Still have pretty good control authority with everything. One second of flaps in, or flapper on. Before I give it another second. 1,000, and another little pitch down, but again, not very much at all. Enough where I'm going to give it a little bit of up trim.
Marion County Airport automated advisory. Wind calm. Altimeter 3015.
Field inbound to join left downwind for runway 22.
And I'm just going to circle around, do a little bit of clearing turns here. Make sure nobody's around. We don't see anybody on the ADSB.
Marion County Airport automated advisory. Wind calm. Altimeter 3015.
There's a little green airplane in the pattern here at Marion County, but I think he's getting ready to land. That's a cool looking airplane. It's that neon green, so that's pretty cool. But other than that, nobody else is around. I got him in sight. We're going to throttle back down again. Kind of what we can do. Again, this is 2 seconds of flaps in. And we'll see kind of when it starts buffeting here. That's 32, we'll get down to 31. There's buffeting, you kind of hear a little bit of noise in the background. It's about 40 indicated.
Cross City traffic, Air Camp Flight up to 510 Charlie. We're about 5.5 miles to the southeast. And we're planning to the left downwind for runway 22, looking for the additional traffic in the pattern. Cross City. Gonna take off on runway 27 and
Marion County traffic 75611 is southeast of the coast for is 9 miles southeast of the coast for a full stop landing.
Again, I'm just sitting here buffeting a little bit. 39, 38 miles per hour at 3060 RPM. I'm descending at about 270, 290 feet per minute. But that's all I'm doing, just in there buffeting for now. I'm not even all the way back on my stick. And so anyway, but I don't want to do that quite yet. So I'm going to give it a little bit of throttle, get back into, see if I can fly this plane a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and go up flaperons all the way back up. There we go. So deep into the red, we'll get back up to 4,500. I'm going to head back over at Ocala, about 4,500. Fly over the field, go to the east of the field a little bit, get the sun out of my eyes, and then come in from there. So my gearbox temps have been running, I've been a little higher throttle setting today, and right now they're 190, and I had up to like 215, I think was the highest I've seen. Been kind of keeping closer eyes on them just to look at it and see where they're at, but so like I said, I'm just flying over Ocala. They're top out at 1,500. I'm flying over at 4,500. I'll get east of the field there a little bit, and there's a flood area I want to look at near Ocala. So we'll see if that's been flooded. I got a lot of rain yesterday, so and then I'll come back in, heading to the west, so the sun's out of my eyes, so I got good visualization of all the traffic, and that's my main purpose for doing that. Because man, going toward the sun and there's so much traffic out here, it's hard to see anybody, and you know, they don't have radar out here, so I just come in from the other direction. I'll start descending here in a little bit once I clear their airspace, and I'll call them when I'm about 8 miles or so out, and let them know I'm inbound for landing. But still cruising right along. Like I said, it barely turns to the left. I'm only at 44,000, almost 4,100 RPM, burning 2.7 gallons an hour. 76 indicated, ground speeds 87, cruise 84. Again, just going out sightseeing. Shoot, almost 3 to what? 2.7, almost.
Hey everyone, just got back on the ground, and I was able to track my ADS-B performance report, and I got that from the FAA, and I passed. So.